Okay, this is probably one of the last videos of the Mongols review and everything. So we are attacking the Egyptian. I just want to make sure we don't miss this battle because we just have this capital and then Kyoto to finish with the domination victory. And this is exactly why it's so tough to get into this city, because they have engineers upgrade and also they have great generals. So look at all the bonuses that the Egyptians having in defense. So, but I have a bunch of armies of tanks. So even if I lose a couple, still worth it. And my naval support is just 9. It's not that great. If I was playing with England probably or Spain, it would be a lot better. But it's good enough. I'm pretty sure we should be able to break the defense very fast. We still have catapults in there. I don't know what I'm doing there, but anyway, I forgot that the Roman decided to have Leonardo before me, so I didn't have a chance to upgrade those units. But they're still the same catapults that we use in the ancient era and the medieval era to take care of the Roman and the German, so they're valuable. And I hope you guys are getting some of the tips to play with the Mongols. Very important that number one, if you're gonna play with Mongols, you gotta be very aggressive. Okay, just forget about going for technology stuff. Forget about trying to play a pretty game. Okay, usually the Mongols game are tough. You need to use a lot of your. You need to be very aggressive since the start of the game. So nice. All right, so we have Thebes finally. So one more to go. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, man. After all, and I have a couple armies of modern infantry, and remember that we have a great leader. I'm sorry, in that older Egyptian city. So all my modern infantry, they come in with leadership or engineering upgrades. So that's gonna be it's gonna make my life a lot more simple. But of course, at this point of the game, you can try to go for any kind of victory. But right now, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, we can probably try to go for the culture. Yeah, because probably the Egyptians have a lot of wonders in their capital. Or we can go for the economical, because we have a couple cities just producing gold. But right now, we're just gonna finish it. Okay. So I was saying before, I was telling you guys that it is important to be aggressive. Wow, look at the Roman. All right, that's why you guys can leave the Roman alone to finish him. Okay, especially if it's against the computer, just finish him. Otherwise, it's gonna give you a really big headache. Right now, I got all my cities with a lot of defense and everything, so I'm fine. But in another condition, that could be a lot very dangerous. Because of the culture, I'm gonna start flipping my cities. Mr. Japanese, start sending parts for the spaceship. That's so good. Yep. All right, so let's forget about the Jogo Bonito and let's move forward and try to finish this in a domination way, the way that the Mongols need to finish the game. All right, so we just have Kyoto and just need to find out where is Kyoto, and awesome. Okay, we have more bonuses. There's no point. Probably we can go for the Manhattan Project or artillery. We're gonna try not to make the game that long. I mean, we can probably try to rush and get the nuke and everything. Who knows? Maybe the nuke is already, somebody already got the nuke. No, I don't think so, because otherwise, yeah, it is possible actually. So I'm gonna try to stay quiet. I'm finishing the Japanese as soon as possible. But the good thing, I was able to take one of the cities in behind the Japanese back. I flipped that one with a great artist. So we're in a really good position right now to strike Kyoto from both sides. Selling a couple units that I don't really need, and because right now I think that is the only problem when the game get into this stage that medic is fine. When the game get into this stage, you have so many units, you have so many cities that it's really difficult to do the micromanagement for all those. Sometimes you just click defend for all the units that you're making because you wanna be doing. I'm sorry, you don't wanna be doing the management for all the tiny cities and unit that you're producing at this point of the game, right? So yeah, with this army, I got a beautiful army of modern infantry with leadership and engineering and march. So that was an awesome army of modern infantry. So what I was trying to say before that you guys are planning to play with Mongols, no problem. Just make sure that you're able to be aggressive since the beginning. Don't panic and use those small cities. The barbarian villages that you're gonna capture at the early part of the game. I mean, you need to capture as many as possible. That's another key of the success of the Mongol. Okay, remember, but at least three or four warriors scouting the whole map. Try to get all those villages, because all those villages are gonna keep the game alive for you. And in the middle of the game, that's what I did. I mean, I was holding all those tiny cities. That's why I was able to get that many units, because I wasn't a match at all in technology, but I got a quite strong army. But that's because I was using all those tiny cities with almost nothing of production, making warriors and kenchik and archers to. They're gonna pay off in the future, so that's why it's important to keep an eye on them. Okay, the Egyptian is completely destroyed. I think we're very close to Kyoto, so if it's probably in this video, probably in the next one, we should be able to start attacking Kyoto. Yeah, what about military industrial? So now we're gonna have some more cheapest units. Leadership is fine. Military units, I'm sorry. So and also the cavalry. Okay, after you have a couple of those mini cities at the early stage of the game, all those barbarian villages, you gotta analyze at that point what you want to do. You can use those to get an extra boost in science, or you can just start pumping units. I will probably strongly recommend you to start getting units like we did in this game, to take control of the map. Don't let your enemy expand and everything. That's basic stuff with the Mongols, but actually basic stuff is the most important thing if you wanna survive until the modern era with the Mongols against Japanese, the Romans, and all the other guys, big civilizations. Very aggressive, trying to get those cavalries, the kenchik going as soon as possible, because with those guys you are gonna be able to control the map very, very fast. All right, so don't forget that it's very important. And as soon as you have to control the map, you can control what your enemy can do. All right, so yeah, let's start building a couple roads. I remember that in a previous video somebody posted something saying, why you don't build roads? Well, I forgot. That's the problem. And then when you have tanks and everything, you don't really need the roads. But I'm gonna build some roads, so we're gonna keep everybody happy. So what I was saying, that with the cavalry you control the map, controlling the map that allows you to see what your enemy is doing. If your enemy is trying to expand, okay, I'll take the atomic theory, but I'm pretty sure probably Manhattan Pro is already built by somebody else. I don't know, got a feeling. But yeah, this is my favorite production city. We're gonna probably use this one as to to get the Manhattan Project. I don't think it's gonna happen, but 13 turns is too much. Well, in any case, the cavalry, as I was saying before, you control the map, you see what your enemy is doing. If they try to expand, be aggressive, okay? Especially if you're playing against people. I mean, if you don't attack at that point, you sooner or later you're gonna have that guy as your enemy, all right? So sometimes it's worth it to risk a couple of warriors just to make sure that you can, if you have a chance to capture a settler or something like that, just do it. I mean, remember that every time when you playing online, you're trying to be as friendly as possible with your neighbors, so you don't want to get involved in any trouble, any problems. But sooner or later, you're gonna need to fight those guys. You're gonna win the game, of course, and it's better just to be aggressive since the beginning, all right? Because sooner or later they're gonna be your enemy, so there's no point to let it grow, okay? Right now we trying to get all those battered chips, all those cruisers together, so we can. It's about time to get some artillery going, so we can provide some better naval support. And I'm pretty sure that probably the Japanese might have some submarines or units like that, so it's gonna be quite important to have a couple of fleets of cruisers or battleships on the sea. Right now, yeah, that's the only problem at this point of the game. You're just trying to finish the game, but then you need to manage every single city, building everything. So usually at this point, I just start building whatever I found that it's gonna take a couple turns, so I don't need to be worried about that city, because you don't want to waste your time. And that's also a key if you're playing online against another person. Remember that you have some certain amount of time for your turn. So if you waste time managing all the cities at this stage of the game, you're gonna lose your turn and you're gonna probably lose the battle if you're not careful. So that's why it's important to, when you have the game pretty much under control, don't make any mistake. Just leave the rest of the cities building something, or big units, or another building a wonder or something like that, so you don't need to waste your time. If you already have a decent army, you don't need to waste your time going back and trying to take control of every single villager in the war, all right? Well, I can't believe we still have our Kenshin army, the same one that we have when we start the game with the scouting and blitz upgrades. So far so good. I mean, the bang, and this one is producing 46.92 gold per turn. So as I told you guys before, at this point we can probably get everything. And in this case, I'm gonna just lock no production at all, just gonna be producing, getting gold. And that's another thing that you can do with those cities when at this point of the game, if you're in the middle of a conflict and everything, you don't really want to waste your time going back and check what to do. Probably it's a good idea to just cancel all production and leave that city just producing science or gold. That might pay off. Maybe, who knows, maybe you're able to reach another kind of victory before your domination victory, because remember, online pretty much is only dominations victories. That's the only way to win when you're playing online, where it's usually the people they enjoy a lot more attacking in the early stages of the game, so you don't need to be seen for hours and hours and hours for a game like this. And actually these games are not too long, but I remember, for example, in Civilization 4 we used to have games that are they're marathons, man. At least 4 or 5 hours. It was too much. So it is good that they release these kind of games. Revolution, see, in this case we cancel the production too, we're going just for gold. This kind of game, Revolution, because you have I mean, the games are not that long if you compare that with Civilization 4. I'm pretty sure with Civilization 5, which is just around the corner. Well, we'll probably in the next video is going to be the last one. We're going to be attacking Kyoto and finishing with the Japanese.